And now I request Ms. Mannu Chaulia to please forward and take it forward from here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mannu Chaulia, Market Analyst, Metalogic Project Management Services, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to speak in front of you on the topic Steel in Green Infrastructure, Opportunities and Challenges in India's Transition. So as in the morning, Yatinder sir told us that today we are here to celebrate steel. So my first slide basically depicts what is steel, what basically steel is. Steel has become one of the primary source behind the industrialization, and it has been taking the top spot among various metals. And as you can see, it is one of the in the world most metal used for engineering and construction material. So I won't be repeating as our panelists have spoken about it, how steel demand is being driven by various sectors. Like in the pie chart you can see, the construction and infra sector contributes approximately 62% of steel. And as shown in the picture, 3% for railways, 9% for automobiles, 15% for capital goods, and 5% for intermediate products. So these are the subsectors. The building and construction basically holds approximately 40% because of the rapid urbanization in rural and urban centers, in commercial buildings, etc. And in infra, as our government is pushing towards the development of roads, airports, ports, so these are pushing the usage of steel and increasing the demand of it. So Infrastructure Vision 2025. Basically, Infrastructure Vision 2025 is a necessity because of the population growth. Because of that, we are expanding we are modernizing, we are trying to accommodate the needs of the growing needs of our country. So infrastructure will play a vital role, and these are the various areas where our government has pushing towards the infrastructure development. Next, in this slide, I've been showing the steel demand, the consumption. As per the CAGR of 8% growth, we can see almost 60 to 62 million tons of steel will be, demand will be generated from the steel sector in the infrastructure, and approximately 80 to 82 million tons in the construction sector. So now basically now I'll come up to the main topic of mine. What is green infrastructure? Though our country, we are harnessing towards nature, we are practicing eco-friendly practices are being done, we are providing green solutions for our country. So what basically green infrastructure is in the context of steel? We are building steel, we have green steel, we are building, but what exactly green structure is? In that is the minimum disruption in the biodiversity. And there are few examples India has taken. These are the various steps of renewable energy, the smart cities mission, where steel is being used, and there are a step forward towards green infrastructure. But are we really holding that? So here I am showing you some of the for a few examples of global practices. Like you can see on the left, it's a cable state-built bridge made in France. It was made of prefabricated steel sections, and the cable was made of high strength steel. So in this structure, when it was constructed, there was minimum disruption, and they have a very they have made this cable. So these are one few of practices. And the second example on my right, that is at the Manhattan west side, where it was an abandoned industrial area. There they had made a green structure where they have repurposed the use of the railway tracks, and now it has been used as parks out there. Now on the basis of this, we had done a SWOT analysis. So what are the strengths of our country right now? We have abundant renewable energy, resources, innovation and technology. We have then public awareness. Now people are aware the usage of steel. They are promoting steel. We are using steel. Then government support is there for us, and circular economy. On the basis of that, a lot of things have been done, and we are achieving a lot of it. But weaknesses, where does we lie? Weak. CAPEX. It requires a high capital expenditure. Almost the cost increases from 25 to 30%. So in this way, the cost increases, so that becomes a bit of issue. Then skilled architects. I won't say we don't have skilled architects. We have, but we require more skilled architects for the development of such type of structures in our country. Then economical viability. As India, though our GDP is growing, but still today we are not economically, we are a middle income country. So for such high expenditures, for such things, we require a lot of investments to be there, lot of economically viability. So it's not that we won't be able to that, but the transition will require some time. The climate change resilience and the transition challenges. Whenever we transit, whenever there's a transition, it always takes time. So that transition period will take time, but as we are growing, I hope our country will be growing and will be able to achieve this. Opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities like life cycle cost analysis, then capability of Indian ISPs for investment. Our Indian ISPs are capable enough for investments, and the national steel policy, it's in line with it. The importance of government policies, government are taking a lot of steps towards strengthening our steel and infrastructure. The need for more sustainable financing policy framework and lean manufacturing and continuous improvement. We are continuously improving with various innovative technologies and methodologies. Threat. But there are few threats also in line to this, like market uncertainty. We cannot predict the market. So in this green infrastructure, it holds a lot of investment. So if there is any market uncertainty, that would really affect the whole project. The policy and regulatory risk, though the policies are there, but if there is minute changes in the policies, it might impact the infrastructure development. Then the technological disruptions, the substitute material, though steel, we are promoting steel, but there are other materials also. So even they have some benefits. So we cannot overlap the other materials. So that threat always lies there. Then CBAM. Now, as I had explained before, circular economy, it's one of the strength of our, and that by using of steel slag. First, steel slag was just a wastage, but now with the help of steel slag, we have constructed roads. So it's one of the strength of our country now. Now we are not wasting. Once it was called industrial waste, but now it is being used in our country. So it is a circular economy. It's a strength for our country. And life cycle analysis, as I told you, it's an opportunity. It holds an opportunity. So there should be a proper life cycle cost analysis, and the government are taking, the industry is working on it, so that the full potential of steel can be utilized and we can develop. As I told you, the threats, aluminium, glass, plastics, are few of the materials which can substitute. These are some of the global practices which we have seen. Sweden. Sweden had made a tunnel, and on it they made a bridge for wildlife. So it's one of the example, a global best practices you can say. Then Dubai, desert to green. By how? By using cow dung powder, which is being exported from India itself. Then South Africa, this tire recycling. It has lot of benefits by tire recycling. They're using in the athletics tracks, for building insulations, for the playground surfaces, and there are more benefits of tire recycling. So these are some of the global practices which we also can use in our country. On the basis of our analysis, we have a few recommendations. Like first, incentivization, infrastructure development that preserve nature. Second is utilization of digitalization technology to determine the optimal route. Basically, the green infrastructure will require our route. Then investment in R&D for innovations in sustainable steel materials and construction techniques. Then we should integrate green infrastructure principles into the planning policies. Amendment in GFR route to accommodate steel infrastructure in the planning process. Enhance our academic programs so that we can get more skilled architects for our future generations. Then we can collaborate with global partners and institutions to learn from our best practices, from their best practices. Then establish monitoring and evaluation framework to track the performance of the green infrastructure projects. Then we can engage the stakeholders throughout the planning process in the implementation phase of the green infrastructure project. These were the few of the analysis and recommendations on which we had developed. And before I end, there are a lot of services, as we have told, and there are a lot of projects that we have undertaken. Like we have done a study for MCX, we have done a study on pellets, we also had a survey on steel service center to improve their operational efficiency. But however, there are some undergoing projects like we are doing for long products, for green future, for secondary sector, and even the life cycle cost analysis of steel and identifying the potential of special products. Thank you so much.